All right, welcome in everybody. Welcome into another Overwatch at NC State Esports. I am Mega Ninja 44, also known as Eli, and I'm joined by my lovely caster.
Adam, and I am so excited to see what these guys have in store for us. I believe that this is the first game that is going to kick off the NACE season tournament. So we're going to see if NC State's able to clutch up this first round of potentially 5 if they go all the way. I think they might have it in them, but hopefully it's not going to be a short run against UNCG. I think we have pretty good odds, but I'm not going to say anything yet.
Yeah, we have a little bit of history with UNCG. At least I do on the B team. I've gone against them before. It was a close map on map 5, but we ended up losing in the end. But I know that the red team has gone against them in the past at Triangle Takedown. If those of you who might know from last year, and we won pretty dominantly. I'm hoping to see that same performance from us. It would definitely be good for the playoffs. We have a pretty strong bracket going into the playoffs. We have a couple of games that I'm looking forward to potentially watching. After this, we have Grandview, and then if we win that, it's Bellevue. So I'm pretty excited for that. And then I think after Bellevue, it's like St. Clair again, which would be, it'd be a good rematch to have.
Hmm.
But I mean, we got to start from somewhere, and that's going to be this UNCG game.
Yeah, no, I'm very excited to see how far we're able to make it this season. I think we got good chances, though. Maybe I'm just optimistic. I am a little bit biased, but I think that it should be fun either way. Yeah.
Yeah, we have a map pool update that got dropped a little while ago from NACE. I'll just talk about that for a quick second. We have a couple of different options because we are using the World Finals map pool. So Samoa and Lijiang are going to be taken out of the control pool, and we're going to be going to Ilios, which is still an option. But also Nepal and Busan are going to be in there. There's going to be a couple of changes that I think you guys can see. New Junk City is going to be in instead of having the Atlas. I believe a couple of escort maps have changed along with hybrid. It's a different map pool than what we've seen before. But I'm pretty excited because we haven't seen NC State play a lot of these maps before. We've seen them on Ilios only a couple times because they go to Lijiang so much. But now that Lijiang's not in the pool, we'll be seeing quite a different NC State, hopefully.
Yeah, Lijiang has been such a staple as the starting map on many a rounds, many a games. I'm wondering what's maybe going to take up the mantle as the new staple pick. I don't really know what it could be. I feel like there's not a lot to combat Lijiang in terms of similarity. Maybe we see Nepal coming up, maybe Busan. I really don't know. Do you think you might have a guess?
If I had to make a guess, I'm gonna say we'll do Busan, maybe Ilios. I think it depends more because Ilios is more of a dive centric map. You see the Winston, you see the Diva, you see a little bit of Hazard, or if a team has a ball on them, they can definitely run the ball. So I think that would kind of depend on if their team feels comfortable running that dive comp. Otherwise, I think we'll probably be seeing Busan. Nepal, maybe, but I think that it might be in the third place slot. Maybe if you're really uncomfortable in that dive, then maybe you run Nepal second over Busan. But it's just gonna be it's gonna be a little bit of preferences coming through from the teams. I think we get first map pick, so we will be deciding that at the end of the day. I think if I'm NC State, I will want to pick. I'm thinking that I go with a Busan. I think our rush is pretty strong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I think Busan would definitely be a solid pick. I think it plays very well into kind of what they've already got going. I mean, maybe this is only something I see in my comp games, but as soon as I see a ball get on Busan, they instantly latch onto that center drum and I don't see them stop. I don't think that's going to happen, but it would be fun to see. I feel like ball is definitely something that people kind of need to play around just because he can survive for so long and cause so much havoc. Nepal, I think you're right, might be not the best. It's a little too close quarters for a lot of a little too suffocating for what a lot of teams like to run. And honestly, it's just a pretty small point, all things considered. Busan certainly has a lot more open sidelines for a lot more diving or poking comps. It leaves a lot more on the table in terms of what teams can actually do when approaching the map.
Yeah, and I know that NC State, doesn't feel entirely the most comfortable on that ball. I know Splice is, he's trying to pick up that ball, but I don't think he's got the ball gene in him just yet. So I don't think we'll be seeing much of it come through today. We might see it, in the future potentially if he decides to level up on that character. It is a difficult character to learn. Um, my friend says you have to be wired a little bit differently to play that compared to the other ones. You play Ram, and that's kind of like as a crayon muncher character where you just, you kind of just hit left shift and block every once in a while. But with ball,
Yeah.
you gotta be quite knowledgeable about the map and where megas are and where to hook and where to engage, and it's a difficult character to learn, absolutely. And so I'm thinking maybe if Max Oog is going to be the tank for the other team for UNCG, I believe. um I think he has a ball on him. I think we might be seeing a little bit of that, but it is just going to depend on the map. I know ball right now is pretty strong. Same with that Zarya. Zarya Reaper, they did try to nerf it recently, but let's keep it a buck. They couldn't really do that because it's
Hmm.
Zarya Reaper. So maybe we'll be seeing a couple of comps like that. I know that Mario or Splice has been running the Mauga a lot, so maybe we'll be seeing that on a couple of rush maps. But it's just going to have to depend on where we go, what the bans are looking like.
Hmm. Yeah, and I'm really excited to see what UNCG is able to bring out here, especially Lijiang isn't quite out of it yet, I don't believe. I think we're going to be starting on Lijiang, no? Or has the maps taken place?
Lijiang has been eliminated, so it is not
Okay,
possible for
okay.
us to start on Lijiang. Lijiang will be uh it's been taken out back, and um so we're not going to be seeing any more Lijiang for these playoffs. I believe it's still in NECC. So if we do stream the Friday games, we will
I'm
be
not sure
doing
if you're
what's
seeing our
happening.
prod in the
Oh,
chat right
I'm shouting
now.
out Budgie. Why am I shouting out Budgie?
Yeah, I haven't been able to
I haven't been keeping track
keep
of. We're
up with
still
the
waiting on a couple of
chat.
players to join the lobby. But shout out Budgie. Um,
Shout out Budgie.
shout out
Big
Budgie.
things.
And
I believe that's the support role, the one right
yes,
below the
I
tank.
believe I believe that's a sport role. Also shout out to Avi, our observer, who was at
Mhm.
the last one. It is their birthday today.
Yeah,
Happy
happy
birthday,
birthday,
Avi.
Avi.
So behind the scenes right now, I'm sure Avi has a big smile on their face. Maybe a spite. Oh, so we're just waiting
This
on a couple of players to come in. A lot of NC State must be um, maybe they're in a comp game or something.
I
I'm
don't
not.
know. I saw Lobby pop in for a moment and then leave. Perhaps there's some issues somewhere. I don't know. It's hard to say,
Mm.
but I am excited to see what UNCG brings to the table, especially in terms of. I mean, we know what NC State likes to run pretty intimately. We've seen a bunch of their games. We know what they're comfortable on. We know what they succeed with, what they try out whenever they're more comfortable in the success of a match, just to see how things play out. But UNCG, I mean, honestly, I don't know too much about their composition and what they tend to run. You said Max has a ball on him. Perhaps we might see that. But in terms of the, DPS, I feel like there's some big commonalities between a bunch of the different teams in terms of what's good and what they like to run. But we also see a bunch of teams that have a bit more individualized play styles, individualized comps, and it seems to work out for them a lot as well. So I'm excited to see what UNCG. Do you have any more insight as to perhaps what the rest of UNCG might be running?
Yeah, no, I can put a little bit of insight on it. It looks like we're getting our players in, so I can just quickly do that.
Hmm.
Um, I know that Max definitely, while he does have a ball on him, he definitely does like playing the hazard. He leans towards the hazard. It is his most played tank this season and the last couple of seasons, so we might be seeing that on a couple of maps. I know that the backline is pretty common, pretty self-explanatory. The Kyrie Lucio, something that's pretty commonly run right now, especially after they nerfed Wu Ying a little bit. You still see a little bit of Wu Ying. I think we'll see bunk on Wu Ying just a little bit. Just depends on support bans. If they ban the Lucio, then we'll probably see a Kyrie Wu Ying comp. But it's a pretty bread and butter backline from the side of UNCG. I think NC State, is going to be the same, maybe with a little bit of differentiation. I think the Kiriko
Hmm.
is a must pick right now. I think Nelix is definitely going to be on that Kiriko. I think Budgie's going to be on that Kiriko. But I think Bunka is going to be out there on Lucio. Maybe we see an Alari. I know that Bunka's been running a lot of
Ooh.
Alari recently. The DPS, I believe they have a Freya on them. So Freya
Mm.
is a pretty. There was a time where it was just a double flex DPS meta, where it was just you ran the Tracer Genji and you called it a day. But now I think hit scans are coming back into the conversation, and so I think Freya is a pretty good hit scan, especially on our first map, which is I think going to be Ilios, and
Mm-hmm.
we're going to be banning ball. So the ball ban is going to come through right away on Ilios. So we're probably going to be seeing Max on the Hazard, if I had to guess, and maybe we'll see Mario on the Winston, maybe also mirroring the Haz. It's just gonna, we'll have to see what UNCG decides to ban.
Yeah, I think that this still leaves a lot of kind of open space for UNCG to set how this game is really going to go. There's not a lot. I mean, Ball is kind of just ruling out a certain play style. It's not necessarily something we see very often, but it can be very powerful in the right hands. And NC State has prepared for a lot of the common teams. So kind of just getting Ball out of the way so they don't have to deal with it. They don't have to worry about it. But it looks like we're getting some R's. Was there a second ban?
Well, I don't know what the other ban is from the side of UNCG. Looks like they're going to
Freya.
ban Freya out. Okay. So, I don't think I see Lobby that much on the Freya, but, a little scared of that being an option. But it's an interesting ban to say the least.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they've done their scouting on what comps we like to play or stuff like that. So I am interested to see that come through. We're getting
Mm-hmm.
the R's going in from NCSU, from the production. We're just waiting. UNCG is also producing this, so hello
Mm-hmm.
UNCG
Hi,
production.
UNCG.
Okay, it looks like we're getting the R's. So I think we should be going on into Ilios now.
Yeah. And away we go.
All right, we're gonna have to see what they run out here on. I'm pretty confident we'll be seeing hazards from both sides, unless Splice decides he wants to try the monkey out.
I would love to see the monkey come out. But I mean, we know what Splice loves to play on any map in its hazard. So if he doesn't absolutely need to switch off, I really don't think that he will. But maybe he's feeling a little adventurous. Maybe he wants to have some fun on the monkey. We see the monkey come out on first pick. Hopefully that monkey stays whenever the doors open. I would love to see that. Also
Yeah.
some Lucio and Juno as well. Or Juno, sorry.
I believe the Juno is just going to be used for that speed ring right out of spawn.
Mm.
I think that once that speed ring comes through, they're going to Nelix is probably going to swap over to that Kiriko. I do see that Lobby and Hamilton are on that Torbjorn, so I think we are going to see a Torb Hammer 1v1 in order to get the first cap, which is going to be quite interesting to say the least. Oblivion on that signature Genji. This first fight is not going to really be a fight. We're going to see these two teams kind of. It's definitely going to be an interesting fight to say the least. I could try hard casting it, but I don't think there's really that much of a reason.
I mean, there's definitely some. This is going to be a
Gosh.
beautiful perspective here.
All right,
They're just dancing around each other, waiting to see
for
who can
deciding
make
the first cap gonna come through. Oh,
Oh,
look at
that's
these dodges.
big. Lobby got the first hit in, and that's
Lucky.
going to be it.
Wow. Yeah, Lobby gets the first hammer kill of the round, so he's gonna be swapping probably back over to that. I think we'll probably see Hamilton on that Genji, and we'll see Lobby swap to the Tracer. Yep, that's going to be coming through. Now we're going to play the game like actual normal Overwatch here. So NC's going to have that first cap, going to be getting some percentage on the board. The Kiriko from UNCG is so incredibly low. Budgie's going to be taken out, but Max is able to get the kill onto Oblivion. Spice gets another trade onto Hamilton. So it looks like NC State is going to be able to capitalize for right now. Spice taking a little bit of damage, but going to be able to back up and stay alive for right now.
Yeah, no, they are really
Splice
just doing a bit of back and forth. Another scrappy start, and Splice falls, unfortunately.
Oh, Nellick's is actually going to be on that Juno. Bunka going to swap over to the Kiriko. A little bit of an interesting composition here. We don't see a lot of Juno right now. I think Nellick's told me if he ever saw one of my supports playing Juno that he would say not a lot of not nice things. But he's going to be playing it right now. It's Juno got nerfed pretty hard. Their ultimate is super duper hard to build in the current meta. So hopefully, we can see that. Max is going to be taken out here, so NC State going to be keeping up this aggression, staying right in their spawn. And I mean, just these picks are coming through. Splice is getting another one, and it looks like Oblivion is going to swap over to the Echo here. Just get some poke damage. Splice kills himself. I'm not entirely sure how that happened. He must have jumped off the map or something. I'm just sensing a little bit of trolling from this match.
Maybe just some light trolling.
We'll see. We'll see, to say the least.
Yeah, no, they are really just. I don't know if there maybe the deal was that first round perhaps went to whoever won the tour 1v1, because UNCG is really making no effort to try to push up to this point, it seems.
Lobby decides to straight line at the Genji and land a full stun, but actually loses it to the Kiriko. Nelix is going to pop that Ray onto the objective, force that the recall out. Splice is going to have that Primal Rage coming online. Let's see if he's got a party animal within him. Lucio is going to be so incredibly low, but the beat's going to come through in time. Oh, Juno is so incredibly low. This copy onto the other monkey is going to make Oblivion look like he's seen nothing at all. Splice is spawn camping right now, making sure his team can hopefully win. The Primal comes through, Max is going to go down, and the skateboarding out of spawn is going to allow Splice to get another pick. Still spawn camping these guys. Max kills himself. It's just a party, a fiasco, some would say.
Yeah, no, and this is exactly what I like to see at the start of my my official NACE tournament. This is truly some peak Overwatch, and NC State is going to be taking that first round. I have to think the Torb 1v1 was to decide the round.
I'm praying for it, definitely, just a little bit, because if NC State, if that's how the rest of these games are going to be, or the rest of these rounds, the rest of these maps are going to be going, then, we might be saying goodnight to y'all a little bit faster than some might have been hoping for. But we'll have to see going into this next one. Ruins is a little bit less of a dive-heavy map. I know that a lot of teams like running, more of a brawl composition on this submap in particular. You don't have a lot of high grounds to take care of, besides the ones that are like kind of next to point, which aren't that important in the grand scheme of things. But we'll have to see. Looks like Splice is going to swap over to the Diva here. Lobby going to be on that Widowmaker. Nelix on the Lucio and Spunka on the Kiriko. So a little bit of swapping there. They took a little bit of money from each other's pockets just to see if they could do it. Splice or Lobby's going to be trying to go for a dink here. Not going to be able to find anything just yet. Tunnel Killer is going to be on this Widowmaker to match. So we'll have to see if the Widowmaker duel can be won out.
Yeah, and we were talking about earlier how and Tunnel Killer can find a headshot onto Bunka, and then Max onto Oblivion, but Lobby's able to return it onto Tunnel not too long after. Quick dive onto Nelix, but we were talking about how NC State loves to, stick to their comfort picks, but then sometimes switch it up if they feel a little bit more confident about the ongoings of the match, and I think that might be what we're seeing here, especially with Bunka and Nelix switching their staple supports to favor the other ones here.
Yeah, something that I'm really interested about is the fact that UNCG had, I think, nice shot from Lobby there. What a beautiful shot. Can we get another one? Oh, that would have been a
body
kill on the. If we could get another clip there. Farm some clips out of this. Tunnel Killer is actually going crazy right now. Nice dink onto this Tracer to force that recall, but not going to be able to find a kill. It's really interesting to me. UNCG got 2 opening picks there, and kind of forgot that this was a objective-based game. They kind of decided that they got those 2 kills and that's all they needed. So NC State somehow gets the first cap and is going to be building that percentage here, 20% and counting. Oblivion going to be taken a little low here, going to be taken out from Hamilton. Nelix gets the diff onto Visor Daddy, however, on that Lucio. So Lobby's going to hold a super aggressive angle here. Hamilton gets Nelix. And I mean, misses the shot. Another one though. The SMG Widow from afar is doing wonders. Oh my gosh. Bunka gets another kill onto Hamilton. And despite these picks coming through from UNCG, it's not really mattering because Lobby goes down. That's really cool. But unfortunately, they seem to forget that the objective is somewhere in the middle of the map. So
Yeah,
We'll have to see.
it really feels like they maybe aren't too motivated to do much about the point and in favor of just getting picks. But they have the full regroup now. We see all 5 of them moving out onto the point. Maybe we see a bit of a contention here. It seems like Hamilton is at least in no rush to touch, but they do get the flip. 67% for NC State. We'll see how eager they are to reclaim. But a Diva bomb kill onto Max. That might be the first and only kill with the Diva bomb we see this tournament.
Yeah, I didn't realize that the year was. I didn't realize we time traveled back to 2018 and we get a La Poco bomb kill in the Big 25. This rush from the Oblivion is going to be going right up to the spawn. Tunnel Killer gets the kill into Bunka. And so he's going to be a little bit out of position here. Tunnel Killer going to get the pick. The Primal and Winston on point, going to be trying to look for anything of value. Lobby gets both of the backliners. It's going to be pretty rough. However, Tunnel Killer is able to find the deal on the Lobby. NC still has this point after that bomb kill. Max is going to be back and contesting onto this objective here. Going to force Splice to go for this Mega. It is going to be 99% though from NC State. The rush is going to come through from Bunka. And I mean, it just need to get maybe one more pick. Yeah, there goes Visor Daddy. We force the recall from the Tracer, who goes down next. We look at this Winston, and the Winston goes down, and that's just going to be a clean 2-0 for Ilios. NC State is going to be up 1-0. The beat in celebration. Just deciding, here we are. We're going to go all the way in these playoffs.
Yeah, no. That was definitely certainly an interesting first round, to say the least. I like to think maybe next round might be a bit more competitive. It seems like the boys were just out there having fun this time around. That was a nasty shot by Lobby. Yeah. Lobby was basically posting up farming headshots there for a little bit like that. But, I mean, NC State was the favorite in this one. I don't want to say that UNCG perhaps isn't putting in their all, but that was certainly not the most competitive map that I've ever seen. I am excited for map 2, which I believe is going to be King's Row, which I'm pretty excited to see. Yeah, King's Row coming in.
Yeah, we're gonna get a swap coming through. I was gonna try to send us to break, but it looks like these guys just want to get this game done and over with. So the Zarya ban is gonna come through from the side of UNCG. They're gonna have that first ban because they lost. And a sub coming through, Amar in for Hamilton. So Hamilton's gonna be out. Hamilton was the Tracer player. NC State is gonna retaliate with a Pharah ban. A couple of, I think, rulebook litigations in terms of swapping players in and out after the bans come through, but I don't think it should be that big of a deal from the side of NC State. Hopefully, I think while we figure this out,
maybe I think we
okay,
might
yeah,
be going straight in.
I was gonna send us to a quick break while we figure this out, but I don't think we care anymore. So it looks like the R's are coming through from NC State, from UNCG. The prod is ready, and yeah, we're just gonna be going right back into Kings Road. No time to waste. They got places to be, things to do.
It is 9 p.m. In the wake of finals coming up. Perhaps some of these guys have some studying they would rather be getting to. They want to get this done as soon as possible. But I'm excited to see. I love King's Row first point because without fail, the defense at some point switches to a Widow to try to get some quick picks. And I think this round will be no different. I don't know if we'll see it at first. Sometimes it comes in. Nope. Amar is straight onto Widow. I love to see it. We're going to see if he's able to get any quick picks, early picks out, and allow his team a bit of an easier entry. But we see Lobby on Junkrat and Bunka on Zen. There actually were some more interesting picks maybe to talk about. And Splice on Diva. What do you make of this?
Yeah, no, if I had to make of this, I would say that this is definitely a compositional choice of all time. We are running the Zen Lucio backline. So definitely some choices being made. The roster of Overwatch is looking quite, I think it's very, anything is on the table from what we can see
Mhm.
from NC State. Who knows what we'll be seeing. We might be seeing a Hog come out at some point. We might be seeing a Torbjorn. Unironically, we'll have to see.
Mhm.
This
Yeah,
backline is, not a real backline at all, but who knows? Lobby's going to be taken out first. Splice going to be on this Kiriko. Hanzo for Oblivion. Going to be trying to look for any value. It's kind of hard to, honestly, Adam, it's a little hard. It's hard to cast whenever games become this devolved, because it's not like you
Mhm.
can really, seriously cast all this, because I
There's
can be,
no
oh,
reason to make out of it.
yeah, exactly. Lobby gets a nice pick onto the Tracer there on Junkrat, like good
Yeah.
call. Like, I mean, good calls, I guess.
Lobby
Oblivion
is
gets a nice
surely
headshot onto
lobbing those
Visor.
bombs from
Ew,
his
wait a
point.
minute. Get another one? Get yourself a 3K? Nope, just kidding. Lobby and Oblivion going to be taking out the UNCG squad for this first engagement. A minute off the clock already. Maybe we see some swaps come through from UNCG. But, we could also see swaps in the... Oh, Max is going to swap over to that Stigma. Okay, a little interesting here. And Tunnel Killer going to be on that Symmetra. So we are going to see a little bit of variations here, a little bit of differences. That rock is going to go a little wide right now. Splice is in a really bad position. Not going to have that bomb available just yet. 94% and counting. You need to build this if you're... Oh my gosh. Splice is going to be so incredibly low. Going to barely make it out with his life to tell the tale. It looks like NC State is going to... Lobby gets a kill on the Tunnel Killer. This Junkrat is doing wonders, which is a sentence I didn't think I would ever say. Bunkus gets a kill on the Budgie. And it looks like NC State is going to keep up this whole 2 minutes and 19 seconds left. Get a little bit of flying on the way over. I didn't know you could fly while emoting. That's interesting to say the least.
Yeah, this is truly a interesting game. I feel like this might just be a soul read, but I feel like Bunky is a little bit at home on this end. I feel like he loves the Wu Yang. He loves shooting his balls forward and dealing damage to the enemies. So I think he'll be right at home here on the Zen pick, and that looks really in there. We did see Bunka trans. I'm not sure.
I think it was to try to get that aggression up. I'm proud of him for being able to, come out like that. Looks like Splice is going to return on to the objective here. Going to have this bomb available if needed to. The rush is going to come through, and it's up. All right, the Dragon's going to come and get a kill onto Budgie, so no support from the side. Oh, nice shot from Oblivion here. Get the 2K right off the rip. If you can get one more, it might be flippable, and it might be worthy of going on the Twitter. Otherwise, wow, this Sigma just actually ran it down onto him. The Blade and the bubble is going to come onto Amar. Not going to be able to find anything. Splice gets the trade onto Visor Daddy. Nelly is so incredibly low on this Lucio. Going to be taken out by Tunnel Killer. However, Splice is still back in this. Lobby has this higher available. Bunker is going to be taken out. And it looks like UNCG is going to be able to finally get the cap onto this with these swaps coming through. Really expensive from the side of NC State, but expensive. Oh, nice trap.
Oh, wow. Junkrat value.
Lobby going to stop over to the Soldier here now. Going to get off of that junk win. You know what, guys? I think we're trolling a little bit too hard. So I'm going to stop over to the Soldier. So a little interesting to say the least. Oh.
Yeah, a bit of a lock-in, perhaps. Oh, well, maybe...
Well... Pulse Pump's going to be a little wide. Lobby's going to look at it in a little bit of confusion there. Oblivion going to be taken out from Max, and it looks like, UNCG is going to keep up this aggression. Nelix is going to be taken out here. They're trying to prove that NC State can't really troll against them. Trying to prove that, hey, you guys need to actually take us a little bit seriously. We'll have to see what happens, though. Tunnel Killer gets another kill in the bunker. Tunnel Killer is absolutely doing wonders on this Tracer. We did see him on the Widowmaker last map, but apparently he's got a Tracer on him, too, so it's quite interesting to see that. This objective is just still rolling and still moving on. So we will maybe see another fight to cap second, but we'll just have to see. Splice is going to be so incredibly low here. Doesn't really have the heals to stay alive right now. The Flux is going to come through, force that D-Mech out, and it looks like Max is going to get another kill. Tunnel Killer looking to clean up, gets a 2K off rip. Looks like it's just Bunka left alive, but he's going to back up to save his own life right now. But the Tracer's going to try chasing him down. Not going to be able to find him just yet. Going to have an orb on him, but it's like, wow, UNCG is playing so far up with this aggression, and it looks like they're going to be able to cap this point.
Yeah, and you were really, I think you hit the nail on the head there whenever you commented on the lack of heals that Splice is getting. It really calls into question the Zen pick, perhaps. But, I mean, Trans is basically a 6 or 8 second period where nobody can die. And the B, I mean, both ults are kind of huge for survivability. Popping the Diva Bomb just so they can get the remech, but Splice is taken out before the mech gets called down. We see a interesting 1v1. And yeah, no, it's going to go to the way of Tunnel Killer. That is something that... And then Bunk is going to take it out by Tunnel Killer. Tunnel Killer is really on a tear with this Tracer, just running through the backlines. And then Sigma takes out Lobby as well. Oh, but now we see Splice on the Junker Queen. Perhaps he has decided that it has been far too much trolling and it is time to lock in. Nelix switches to Ana. A little bit loose.
It's a little bit better to see the support come through, and it looks like the trans is going to be coming through. You know, again, congratulations on coming out, Bunka. We are going to be seeing the Bubble Blade coming through from the side of UNCG. Bunka going to be taken out here. The Flux is going to come through next. Not going to be able to connect onto all too much. Splice is going to be a little low. Splice is in no man's land right now. Going to be taken out with that Flux. Tunnel Killer gets the kill into Oblivion here, and it looks like UNCG is actually going to full cap with a minute 58 left. NC State, guys, we want to go to bed at some point tonight, so you know, maybe we troll a little bit less. Very interesting around the clock from NC State's, you know, overall composition choices. But
yeah, we'll see what adjustments perhaps is a good word to use for this attack side. Either way, I mean, best case scenario for NC State here, right, is going to be overtime into the next match. Or into another round, I suppose. And since UNCG was able to get the full cap with 2 minutes left, mind you, which is not a small amount of time to get a full cap on a push map, this is definitely still, in best case scenario, going to end up with this map going a bit long for sure. But we do see NC State Splice on the Hazard, Bunka on Lucio, Lobby on the Sojourn, which is not something we see very often off of Lobby. Oblivion's still going to be on the Hanzo. And Ram is going to be coming up from UNCG. Some interesting picks, but I think from Splice, perhaps a bit more reasonable picks as well.
yeah, I think that the comp is looking a little bit more reasonable from the side of NC State. I think, you know, maybe you swap to the Kiri if you're Nelix, maybe you swap to the Genji if you're Oblivion, obviously, but you might just want to have some other fun on the other Shibata brother. Max being on the Ram is interesting. You know, I think people are overestimating how much Ram got nerfed when the changes came out. I'd say he's now playable versus being broken. Oh, big sleep from Nelix here. Gonna be able to look at Tunnel Killer really hard. Splice is gonna be able to get the final kill, and it looks like NC State's already gonna have one-man advantage going into this next engagement. Okay, except Oblivion gets taken out almost immediately. Shimada diff, it looks like, and it looks like Splice is going to be looking at this top right area. Lobby gets a kill on the Visor Daddy, but he's going to be dived by the Genji next. Oh, doesn't manage to get the... Amar kills Lobby, Max kills Nelix here, and it looks like it's just Splice kind of crawling around in this area. They're able to get the kill onto Amar, however, so they're not going to have a Genji online. Going to miss that wall. Oh my gosh, it's just so scrappy, so back and forth. The picks are coming through, kind of. Oblivion gets the kill on a Tunnel Killer, and it looks like the cap is finally going to finally start to come through. So I guess we got a little bit of time on the clock to be added, and it looks like NC State is going to try to keep up this aggression, try to get these picks with so many players of UNCG so far pressed up. Wow, Amar taking so much damage. Going to be taken out from the Hazard here. This Hazard's going absolutely wild. We're going to be able to get another kill on the Budgie. Visor Daddy's able to kill Bunka, and Tunnel Killer is able to get Lobby, however. Splice gets the kill on the Visor Daddy. Splice is on with a 3K, right? Make it a 4K. Ooh. Splice is going absolutely ham right now on this Hazard character. He got tired of trolling on the Diva, so he decided to swap over to the Hazard and absolutely dominate this Lobby. He's looking at Max really hard, but it
really
is
chasing him down.
Yeah, he's really chasing him down, but it is a Ramatra, so he's not going to be able to find that kill, and NC State's going to get this objective slowly moving.
Yeah, this is, I mean, NC State, it did take them a little bit to find their footing, but they were able to get first point pretty convincingly, I think. And then the beautiful thing about Kings Row is after you get first point, you can, for the most part, get the cart all the way to this first point, kind of free of charge. It's really hard to defend that narrow passageway since there's so few avenues that the defense can really come through and even attempt to stop. So most teams would just choose to regroup, often also pushed back by the offense. But Oblivion is going to get taken out, and UNCG is going to reclaim control of the card here for a little bit.
Oh, the rush is going to come through from the side of UNCG. Budgie's going to be so incredibly low. Going to actually get a sleep on. Spice is going to find a 2K very quickly. The beat's going to come through barely with his life. The Boostio is going to come through right onto that Hanzo. The Hanzo is going to be taken out. Next, Amar is going to try to mirror that. However, Varsity Daddy walks backwards into oncoming traffic, aka the Dragon from the side of Oblivion. So he's going to be taking out a team wipe from the side of NC State, and they're finally going to be able to get the cap on the second point potentially. Tunnel Killer gonna be swapping over to the Tracer, so we do. So I'm hoping that we see the cap already. Otherwise, we do see another fight come through, and it was quite expensive from the side of NC State. So they don't really have these ults if they do decide to contest this.
Yeah, no, and lobby is so low. I believe lobby's all the way in the back line. Yeah, trying to clean up a little bit. Ram ult is going to come through just to keep him alive a little bit longer. He does manage to stay on the point there, but he doesn't have much support aside from Tunnel Killer here. And Tunnel Killer is trying his best to stay alive. But Max gets taken out.
Yeah, the cap is going to come through. Tunnel Killer is desperately trying to help out his tank there, but not able to find anything. The map got flipped there for a hot second, which was quite interesting to see the lead. The downpour is going to come through onto two players of the side of UNCG. Splice is going to try to get out with his life, only 112 HP. Bunk is able to follow up on it, build up this nano charge. Bunk is taking so much damage. Is he going to be able to live? It looks like he is right now. Hazard is going to be swapped over from Max. Going to be on that signature character that I talked to you about earlier. Dragon's gonna come through, and Oblivion is gonna be shut down. Tunnel Killer is gonna kill himself and Lobby in a suicide murder pact. Amar is also get the kill with the Dragon on Debunka. Max is able to get the kill on Nelix, and it looks like NC State is gonna have to back up here. Splice is in a really precarious situation right now. I don't think he's gonna be getting out with his life. I don't think he'll be living to tell the story. Well, maybe. I mean, there's not really much to pressure you on. Never mind. Goodbye, Splice. Yeah, the Justice League just pulled up outside of Lex Luthor's door. Told him to open the window. Max is able to get the kill in his lobby, and it looks like, oh, nice sleep from the side of Nelix, but Bunka's going to be incredibly low, so is Oblivion. Going to be able to stay alive right now. Actually, Nelix goes down, so a little bit of trolling coming through yet again. Oh, nice slash from the side of Splice, however. Going to be taking so much damage, however. The Nelix is still dead. I don't know if they know this. I mean, we're almost at even time banks right now. The thing is, here's the thing. NC State, if they cap in overtime, then it's actually unlosable from the side of UNCG.
Is that so?
Yeah, because they're going to have, they just need to get a single tick on the board if they're the side of UNCG. The Blade's going to come through from lobby here, going to be looking at Budgie next. Oh, so incredibly low. Amar is going to be looking at him next. However, Amar is going to be taken out from the Blade from lobby. He's a hit scan player, but by God, does he have a Genji in his heart. Looks like the copy is going to be going over to the Tracer here. Going to be trying to hold this right side room. Not going to be able to find anything all too well. Going to try to build that pulse bomb. Going to get it in the last fraction of a second, but going to be taken out of it by Budgie. Full stickies almost onto themselves. Oblivion is going to be so incredibly low. Tunnel Killer is able to kill Nelix. Oblivion is able to kill Amar. The downpour comes through from both sides. Lobby is able to get the kill on the Visor Daddy, and it looks like NC State is going to be winning this fight right now. TP's forced. Pulse Bomb is applied to Splice. Splice is going to be able to get the kill on Kiriko before anything bad happens. Oblivion gets a kill on the Max, and it looks like NC State is going to keep bodies on this point, going to try to cap this out. And there it is. The cap comes through. A little bit of less time, but we are going to be seeing extra rounds.
Yeah, no, this was certainly an interesting composition from NC State. I feel like it was a bit more, standard procedure. I loved seeing, I believe it was Nelix on Ana. It's not something that we usually see. Ana, I feel like, is a little bit tough in the survivability department because as soon as you get dove, especially we saw, I believe Amar was on the Genji, Tunnel Killer on the Tracer as well. Just such good characters about getting into the backline and really messing with backline support specifically, and Ana only really has the sleep to her name and the help of her team. But if the sleep misses and her team is nowhere to be found, I mean, she's basically a free kill.
Yeah, absolutely. Here we're going to be seeing very interesting comp here from the side of NC State. Pretty much a classic For those who know, we're going to be seeing the Bap Lucio backline with a Reinhardt and a Bastion Symmetra here. This was something that is pretty commonly run on King's Row with these Reinhardt comps. You need that Baptiste alive, or you need that Bap with the Immortality Field, excuse me. And then most of the times you run the Bastion Sim, maybe the Bastion May, maybe the May Sim. A combination of those 3 DPS gets put into the rotation whenever you run a Reinhardt comp like this. Looks like UNCG is going to be playing a pretty typical comp that we'll see from them. The double flex with the Genji Tracer, the Hazard, and the Kiryu. So we'll have to see what's going on with this. The TP is going to come through, going to be onto the backside of point. Lobby gets left on main, excuse me, and he's going to be taken out first. So 1 pick already from the side of from UNCG. Reinhardt going to be pinning way into the back line, not going to be able to find anything of real value. And it looks like NC State is going to be held just for right now. Lobby's going to still be on this Bastion here. Are we going to see swaps? I hope we see swaps.
Not quite.
No swaps coming through just yet. So pretty interesting to say the least for those to not happen. Spice, again, going to be in a really awkward position here. Going to hit a Fire Strike onto that Lucio, however. Anna get a Hammer Swing. Lucio's going to be taken out first here. The pin's going to come through. Going to look at Max. Kill onto Max, who wasn't able to slash out in time. Going to try to keep his Symmetra alive from this Tracer. Bunk is able to get the kill onto the Kiriko, and Lobby is able to get the kill onto the Genji. It's just the Tracer left alive, and the cap is going to be here from the side of NC State.
And you were talking about how with these Reinhardt comps, you really love to see a Bastion, a Symmetra, or a May. And, from just like thinking about it, it seems like the point would be just to have all these kind of DPS that don't have the best range or kind of vulnerable based on position, and just be able to put them in such good spots behind this Reinhardt shield. But do you have any, is that right? Is there anything else that we should be looking out for in a comp like this?
Yeah, I think that the Symmetra is a pretty useful part of this comp. I think Symmetra is a pretty common choice here for this Reinhardt comp. I know Reinhardt's, despite, okay, I'm going to say this and you're going to have to take it with a grain of salt. Reinhardt is a pretty slow character. And what I mean by that is that, even though he does have that pin available, even though he does have, the speed boost from the Lucio, it's a little difficult for him to, be able to get a lot of value off of a team having that speed boost available. So, when they okay, what is this? We're making sure this Tracer doesn't get any value. The pin comes through on the Max, and he's going to be taken out here. This overtime push is going so incredibly well from the side of NC State. But with the TP, you're able to get so much value trying to teleport your entire team into a more favorable position. Spice is going to be taken a little low, but going to be able to keep alive with that Immortality Field. Looks like the Kiriko is going to maybe die. No, looks like going to be able to live for right now. Actually, Bunka goes down trying to get that trade, but Budgie kills himself. So that's very interesting to see. It must have lost his, teleport ability or something. NC State is going to be able to get this point and keep this aggression going. Tunnel Killer is still in this backline trying to get anything of value, but right now he's just kind of, sticking them with needles right now, and they don't really care at all. The downpour is going to come through from the side of UNCG. The blade's going to come through. The deflect is going to be really good. The wall comes through from the side of NC State here. Going to maybe teleport. Oh no, not going to be able to find anything. The pulse bomb comes out. Splice is going to be so incredibly low here. It's just Splice and Oblivion left. This might be the... Okay, nice pin kill on the side of Tunnel Killer here, but it's not going to matter. NC State gets stopped. They got a really good push, though, all the way to 5th point. So, it's pretty good to see right now.
Yeah, especially because after checkpoints are reached in overtime, they don't get a re-up on the time. I believe they don't even get one after first point. Is that correct, do you know?
What was that? Excuse me?
In overtime, whenever you get to an objective marker, you don't get a re-up on the time, even after first objective. Is that correct?
Yeah, no, that is correct. So a minute 58 is going to be the minimum time left. There is going to be that overtime still available. It's not going to be over just when that minute 58 runs out. But they are going to have to do, kind of a miracle play from the side of UNCG. You're going to have to get pretty far. If NC State can get, maybe 1 or 2 footholds onto this first point, like they have been able to do before, the map is pretty much over, excuse me. because they're just not going to have the time and the ultimates. Because after a while, it's just going to be overtime where somebody has to stay point at all times, and then NC State can just build these ults, pop them all at the same time, and just pretty much guarantee the victory. So it's going to be definitely interesting to see if NC State is going to be able to hold out. Spice is going to be on this Reinhardt still. A little interesting to say the least.
Hmm. Yeah, we'll see how this hold works out. And Nelix on a bit of a deep angle here.
All right.
Oh, wow, that's tough.
Wow, that's really good. Slice gets a kill on the Budgie, but I don't think it's going to matter all too much. NC State going to be playing a little bit greedy in this composition. However, Bunker gets another kill, and it looks like Lobby's able to find the kill on the Tunnel Killer. So surprisingly, actually, they do manage to make this a kind of even fight. However, the spawns for UNCG are going to be pretty much right there. So it doesn't matter all too much at the end of the day. The tank is still coming back from the side of NC State. So it looks like UNCG is going to keep this aggression going, keep this push happening. 1 minute and 20 left right now. Oh my gosh, Lobby gets taken so low, but the recall is going to be utilized perfectly. The Hazard's going to jump in on the back line, but Nelly's going to be able to find the kill there. Splice is going to be taken so low, going to be taken out. And it looks like Bunk is able to get the kill onto Budgie. Almar is able to get the kill onto Oblivion. And I mean, trades are coming back and forth and back and forth. Yeah, we see 1 kill from UNCG, 1 kill from NC State, 1 kill from UNCG, 1 kill from NC State. It looks like Lobby is able to clean up. However, Max is going to swap over to the ball. It's going to be trying to, keep up this aggression with these better spawns available to UNCG. Try to get some bodies onto this objective.
And I like how Lobby saw the ball and then the ball disappeared, and he was looking around almost as if he had seen a ghost. And he was scared where the ball may be showing up next. But NC State is really not letting up and holding them in response the best they can.
Yeah, 30 seconds remaining. It's looking pretty dire for UNCG. They need to get something going. They don't have the ultimates right now, and I mean, Lobby with his pulse bomb could just end it right here, right now. Oblivion gets a kill on the Tunnel Killer. That's a pretty bad pick. Nelix gets a kill on the Budgie. I mean, you're going to be, oh my gosh, it's actually just so over. 13 seconds left. You're going to be down 3. You don't have your supports right now. If Amar goes down right now, it's going to be pretty devastating. Lobby kills himself. 6 seconds left on the clock. I don't even know if they have a touch right now. 2, 1. Yeah, that. Oh no, the touch is going to be coming through here. Oblivion gets the kill on the Visor Daddy, but Tunnel Killer is going to be able to take care of him. Bunka's still alive. Oh, the Nano comes through. I think it's winnable right now. The Lucio is going to be. Oh my gosh, wait, another kill on the Tunnel Killer, and we're looking at. Oh, the beat comes through. Perfectly timed. The blade gets pulled from Amar, going to be taking out Bunka. But he's able to come back in time and kill Max. And it's actually so massive from the supports of NC State. Oh my gosh, I thought it was such a throw with that Nano, but Bunka's able to put up the work, put up the sustainability, and get the kills that needed for NC State to come back. I mean, now we are in a 2-0 situation here. UNCG is going to be on match point right now. Pretty silly Overwatch that we're able to see right now.
Yeah. I believe that was 36 kills from Lobby, and then I think 39 for one of the supports on UNCG. I don't believe I was able to catch who it was, but that was a brutal match for both sides. They really gave it their all, and they did not let up, especially since that map lasted a while, a lot longer than Kings Row typically does, I believe.
Yeah, absolutely. Going into extra rounds will do that to you. NC State taking it in the end, a little bit on seriousness, but yes, they are giving it they're having to try a little bit. Bunka is going to be, they're not swapping off of the, Bunka Lucio. They're not going to Nelix Lucio. So we are going to be seeing that. But I think while we get this next map figured out and these bands figured out, we are going to go to a quick break while we have the opportunity to. So don't go anywhere, folks. We will be back in just a couple of moments. All right, welcome back, everybody.
Mhm.
We do have some. We are going to be going to Runasapi, and the bans are going to be through. It looks like Cass is going to be banned from the side of NC State, and Lucio going to be banned from the side of UNCG. So we are just gonna, hope this cannot go to extra rounds, unlike Kings Row. So this
Mhm.
is going to be 10 minutes.
Mhm.
So I'm pretty happy with that. This is match point for NC State. If they win this, they go up into the playoffs, and
Mhm.
UNCG is eliminated. So NC State trying to make sure that their North Carolina supremacy is still in fruition.
Wow. And I mean, do you see what Splice has selected at the moment?
Let me.
It's a ball.
Oh,
It's a ball.
oh, oh
And this is
no.
concerning because the rest of the comp, I mean, I don't want to talk about Bunkus Zen, but the rest of the comp outside of that is kind of normal. It's the worst part.
I mean, this is
We're
Everybody
seeing a
lock
ball
your
ditto,
doors.
actually.
Lock your doors, turn off your lights. Splice Ball is going to be coming into play right now.
No,
Well,
this is turning into a horror show.
this
This
is
is
a
gonna get a
little
little spooky.
bad. Gets a slam onto the Wu Ying, but the Wu Ying is just going to speed on out. Going to be looking for that kill. Bunka's going to be taken out, but Splice is able to get the trade. Oblivion going to be taken out next here. Oh, nice slam there, but not going to be able to get enough height from the, ground slam, or whatever you want to call it. I'm not sure. I don't know ball tech all that well.
No, that's fair. Ground pound, perhaps. I'm not sure.
Yeah, exactly. Hamilton going absolutely crazy onto this Tracer. Gets a 2K onto Lobby and Nelix here. Splice is going to do his best to try to stabilize, stay alive, get some damage here, build up this ult charge. Artie is going to be 60% to these mines, but so is Max, and Hamilton's going to have this pulse bomb. Oh, Splice gets a kill into Budgie. That's actually a huge pick here. Maybe he does know ball after all. Perhaps I treated you too harshly, little one.
Yeah, maybe this is a hidden ball that Splice has been. Oh well, even the greats have their
Michael
days.
Jordan didn't make all of his threes, they
That's
say.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He put up a couple stinkers for sure.
I remember a game that Kobe Bryant missed like pretty much every single game that would have won them it. Max
Yeah.
gets still onto lobby, but it looks like NC State is going to be getting that push back. Only need to go 25 meters, so they don't have to go too far here. The big slam is going to be coming onto that soldier, but the Suzu is going to be perfectly timed. So going to be able to stay alive right now. Takes this medkit from him, like taking candy from a schoolboy. Splice is going to be doing a little bit of rolling around onto this taxi here, but doesn't really know how to use his grappling hook all too well. Oblivion gets a kill onto Hamilton, and it looks like NC State is going to be taking the lead here, 28 meters and counting. The pulse bomb from downtown, not going to be able to connect onto anybody. I've tried those pulse bombs before. Those are actually the threes that you don't make. But it looks like Max is going to be contesting this ball on the right side here. Splice taking so much damage. Going to have to force out the E. Going to be taking so incredibly low here.
Crazy.
But going to be able to stay alive for right now. He's going to go in for a big slam here.
Big ult.
All right, slam didn't connect onto anybody here. The mines are not going to be able to find any value either. So it's a typical day with Splice Ball in play. The mines from Max are going to be coming through. He's going to be discorded, however, so he's going to have to back up here. Oblivion is going to force, the Hamilton is going to have the recall forced. So NC State is going to give a little bit of space here because of these mines. The visor comes through and the rush also, but the transcendence from Bunko is going to be able to keep everybody alive through that. Bubbles applied, but not. Oh, wait, Bunko is down actually. Tunnel Killer is able to get another kill into lobby. However, this Dragon is able to find Visor Daddy. So it is looking pretty back and forth. Tunnel Killer is able to find the kill onto Nelix here, so no support from the side of NC State. Oh, nice shot from Oblivion there. Onto Tunnel Killer here. It's just, ew, oh my god, Oblivion with a nice dinks from the side of Oblivion on this Honto. Okay, man, I didn't know you had both Chamadas in your pocket. It looks like this ball is going to keep contesting this objective for right now, but it's not going to really matter all too much without these DPS from the side of UNCG getting these kills. Max is going to take so much damage here from the Hanzo. The Hanzo just outputs so much crazy damage. I mean, look, it's kind of like looking at Moon Knight from Marvel Rivals because he's already got 65 to another dragon. Even though he literally just popped it. Splice is going to be taking a tour of Runasapi right now. Look out the sights. But not going to be able to find all too much. Looks at Visor Daddy, but misses the slam. This objective is still actually back in.
Yeah, they left the robot behind.
Bunka gets a 2 kills, but UNCG is taking this objective back to their side of the map. Chasing this tracer really hard. Pulse bomb comes through. It's going to be wide, however. And it looks like NC State is going to be able to maybe get some progress going.
Yeah, they weren't able to quite get the first point or the forward spawn, so they lost a little bit of momentum that they could have been building, and UNCG was able to bring it back just a little bit, but now they still can't get it. UNCG is able to get control again, and Splice pops another minefield. I believe I was able to trap the soldier in there, so he was able to take out Tunnel Killer as well. And this is really just a bit of a brawl going back and forth for both teams here. Just not able to get Hamilton there. Trying to chase him down. Splice is really in the back lines, but they just can't get first spawn. Tunnel Killer's taking out Bunka, and Lobby is on a spy mission of sorts, it seems. Oh my god.
It's a 1 clip on the Visor Daddy. Disgusting 1 clip, really. And it looks like the forward spawn is going to be unlocked from the side of NC State, despite Splice's best efforts. So a little interesting to say the least, these compositions that are being playing. Oblivion gets another kill into Hamilton. Oblivion is just dinking everybody in this entire map. Splice is trying to go for a little bit of tech off the side. Maybe gets the kill onto the budgie there. That's a beautiful kill from the side of Splice, proving that he does have ball knowledge. The Visor is going to be popped here from Tunnel Killer, but going to be taken out from Nelix here. Wu Ying is a balanced character. Please don't change his damage. Mines are going to be used from the side of UNCG. Gets a kill onto Bunka. Bunka's going to have that Transcendence online when they come back. Oh my god, the lobby just exploded on impact. I didn't even see him there for a second. Max is so incredibly low here. Pulse bomb's going to go wide. Looks like, oh my god, I think it's another. Hamilton is just actually eating as many arrows as physically possible for his own amusement and pleasure. Splice gets another kill onto Visor Daddy. Mines are going to be applied, and it looks like NC State is going to keep up this aggressive. Oh my gosh, gets 2 kills. Splice is proving that he does have Michael Jordan level ball knowledge, and it looks like NC State is going to be getting this push coming through finally.
And although we haven't been able to see many kills come out from the Splice minefield on a map like this, and just specifically on push in general, it's such narrow corridors that if Splice is able to get high enough and Max is able to get high enough, the mines can effectively clog up the entire choke, and somehow Bunka is alive after all that, but eventually taken out by Hamilton. Hamilton in the back line getting taken out by Lobby, and then Lobby gets taken out by Buggy. And this is a bloodbath.
Yeah, Budgie gets 2 kills off rip, so gonna be able to get UNCG's bot going back in the way of their favor. Maybe try to get this forward spawn if possible. A lot of ults are online here from both teams. Minefields are gonna be, well, actually only one minefield available. Oh my god, Splice is going to be taken out from Hamilton there. Not going to be able... You know, it's interesting. Splice Ball has its moments, but, you know, sometimes I'm just like, huh, I get this man his keys or something.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think that man should be allowed to drive right now.
Yeah, yeah, perhaps. Somebody needs to take him out of the mech.
Yeah, exactly. But it looks like Bunka's going to be trying to get any kinds of trades here. Not going to be able to find anything. Lobby's going to be on this soldier on a giga flank right now. 2 minutes and 20 seconds left from the side, or just in general on this map. 2 minutes and 17. The push is finally coming through from UNCG, but, you know, they have a lot of ults online here. The bubbles pop from... Oh my gosh. Bubbles pop from Visor Daddy. He's able to find Lobby. So a little bit of an interesting flank to force that ultimate ability out, and the forward spawn is, oh my, so close to being capped here. Mines are available from Splice if he decides that he wants to pop them. The Dragon is going to come through, and Lobby going to swap over to the Genji. The mines are applied here, not going to be able to find anything. Nelix goes down. Oh my, so much damage being applied onto Splice right now. Going to be able to get out with his life and tell the story like a campfire horror story. The Dragon comes through from Tunnel Killer, not going to be able to find anything just yet. Gets the hack onto this Mega thanks to that perk from Hanzo. And, I mean, Oblivion gets a kill on the Tunnel Killer, so that's a pretty nice pick. But, you know, UNCG is still getting this, you know, further and further. Max goes down to Oblivion. Oblivion is actually just, you know, in the shooting range right now with how he's playing this Hanzo. But he's going to be finally shut down from Visor Daddy. Oh, my gosh. Trace Kiriko's so incredibly low. But, okay.
I guess. I didn't see the switch.
I didn't see the switch either, but we are going to see a big Samoan man running into the back line of UNCG. I don't know how I love the Malga into something like this Hanzo. Yeah, he's actually just going to be taken out from... Wait a minute. Is NC State going to lose this?
NC State is barely ahead at the moment. And
Yeah, but it looks... Oh,
regains the
no.
lead.
They lose lead. Only 37 seconds left to go. Both support ults are available from the side of NC State. They're chasing Lobby so incredibly hard. He doesn't grab the mini, so he's going to be taken out so late. A really late kill. Tunnel Killer is going to be taken out from Oblivion, however. Oh, nice dink from the side of Bunka here with that Discord onto the Tracer. Going to be looking at this ball next. The ball is going to be popping cooldowns here, but not going to be taken out just yet. We're looking at this Tracer now, forcing this Tracer out with that Discord and with the pressure from their own Tracer. Oh my gosh, it's so... The bubble's going to come through. Trans is going to be applied. Oh, but the bubble's going to be also applied to him. That's a little bit of a waste of a bubble because now you use both your support ults. The pulse bomb comes through. It's going to connect. Oh, it does a lot of damage onto Bunka, but Oblivion gets a kill on the Visor Daddy. Max is going to be taken out. Running over Budgie right now. Tunnel Killer is on this flank with that Hanzo, but forward spawn is going to be taken away from the side of UNCG. Spice is going to have to run back and try to get a Mega because his supports aren't there just yet. NC State has to win one more fight, and they are going to have this forward spawn available to them. Max is going to be on this ball still. No swaps coming through from the side of UNCG. It's really close.
Yeah, and it doesn't seem like... I mean, Lobby and Splice might be able to get their ults here. I don't think anyone on UNCG is going to be able to get their ults. I feel like the pulse bomb might be a clutch factor here, especially since Splice will not be able to use his ult in this fight as he's taken out far too early.
I mean, yeah, it's a really bad kill. Nelk's going to be traded out next. We're looking... The pulse bomb is going to go wide here. Oblivion is able to get the kill on the Tunnel Killer, however, and Lobby's able to get the kill on the Hamilton, however. Bunker's going to pump over to Kiriko here. Oh, that wooing is so low, and it looks like it's just... Oh, he's going to be able to get the kill. This is going to be forced here. Lobby is doing everything on the Tracer right now. Splice is going to be coming back with this cage online. Look at how much damage Lobby's providing right now. The TP is going to come through. And somehow, despite UNCG getting 2 kills, NC State is going to come back in full force. Bunka's going to be taken out, but the cage is going to come through. Lobby's going to be having that recall force. Nelk's able to find the kill on the Hamilton. Max is going to be next to fall. Tunnel Killer's next, and it looks like it's just Wu Yang. 1 meter left to go, and it looks like NC State is finally going to be able to do it. Despite UNCG getting those early couple of picks, they're not able to close it out, and NC State wins in a 3-0 fashion.
Yeah, Lobby there at the end was able to just somehow stay alive throughout the whole thing, clean up, and I mean, killing that ball or just whittling down that ball so that Splice could then come in, cage, and just clean it all up. I mean, that was really a masterclass on survivability coming from Lobby there.
Yeah, I mean, really good stuff from the side of NC State. It was definitely a little bit more of a trolley matchup. We are not going to be interviewing anybody from this game because, you know, water is wet. But that is going to be it for Overwatch today. That's going to be it from us here at the studio. And by the studio, I mean my apartment with Michael Myers and Adam in his dorm. We hope that you guys enjoyed it, however. Adam, anything that you want to say before we head on out?
I mean, going into the start of this bracket, that was certainly an interesting first game. But next round, I believe we're going against. Who got the bye?
Grandview, I believe. Yes,
Grandview, which should be a bit of a closer game, or at least NC State will be able to show off their full repertoire of skills going against Grandview. So this was a bit of an intro, a bit of a taster as to what might happen, and a bit of fun. But I think Grandview is going to be perhaps the true start of this tournament to see how NCSU can fare.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that everybody played really well on the side of NC State. I believe that this was a really good start to our playoff run. Hopefully we can go even further. A lot of upcoming and tough opponents for us, but I'm happy to see us go, all the way potentially. Don't go, be sure to keep tuning in. I know we have more video games this week. So be sure to drink some water, fix your posture. Be sure to tell somebody that you love them, and we'll see you guys all next time.
Mm.